Hey y'all, Moses here. Super late with this video, but I just saw this post on Reddit about the vaulting work in progress number 2 video that was released like 14 hours ago. I'm not sure how I missed it, but I thought we could watch it together and maybe we could see if there's anything new in here. So let's do it. I haven't actually watched this yet. Okay, so the mid-height walls and the chest height walls definitely seem much faster. That's a pretty high jump. Oh, you can cancel it. Nice. You can do that. You can cancel the animation so you're not getting stuck going over walls into gunfire. So various heights, it doesn't matter. It seems to intuitively adjust to the wall height and thickness and type, I suppose. So I wonder if there's a cancel animation for the lower animations, like the smaller jumps, if you can cancel that. Wow, okay, so it's intuitive to not just walls, but ledges and other stuff as well. Low height objects like the fences and the guardrails, but it seems like this, I'm picturing the shooting range in this case. Oh, can you vault over a vehicle? Ooh, okay, skip that one. I guess it doesn't really make sense for you to be able to cancel that low jump. That one, yeah, that would be all right. So I wonder what this looks like in first person. Like, I wonder if the camera dynamically adjusts or if you're like stuck looking at a wall. Maybe that's, I guess that'd be part of the immersion. Okay, so we'll play that back and let's talk about it. So lots to kind of take in here. So obviously this is an intuitive system that looks like it's functioning as good as, well, I mean, in this testing case scenario, I picture crowded areas like in, Yasnaya or in Pachinki where there's broken cars and stuff around fences. What this system is gonna actually be like. It looks good for these individual sections of wall, and I can definitely think of a lot of different scenarios where this would be extremely useful, specifically in the in the shooting range or again in an urban environment. I'm almost positive there's no animation cancels, or at least it wouldn't make sense to do animation cancels for the low height because you're not actually going into a vulnerable state like you would be here. You can cancel that animation because you have two hands I guess occupied, so I imagine you wouldn't be able to cancel to get your gun out. So there might be some risk as well to doing some of these moves, which, I mean, like anything else, jumping up onto objects is dangerous depending on what's going on around you. But yeah, it looks really smooth, looks really polished actually. I'm surprised to see it in its current state, at least in the game. I mean, this is an in-engine example. It's not a render of any kind like the previous video we saw, which just looked like a render. This is live functionality that we're looking at here. So really cool to see. I'm not really sure if that means, because the last time we saw something like this, it was with the 4x scope and them showing us how it was supposed to function versus how it was actually functioning, and that fix came right away. So I'm wondering if this is the first bit of knowledge we're getting for the actual August patch, which I guess would match the timeline. It's about 2 weeks away from the release window for the patch, unless this one is also going to be delayed by a couple of days. So there is a good chance, or at least a better than not chance, that this vaulting could make it into the next August update, which would be huge. I mean, the first person game mode leaves something be desired from a navigation standpoint. When it comes to jumping, third person is much easier to manage difficult or precision jumping. But with this in the game, that would really make it a lot better to sneak through towns and, I mean, open up a whole different realm of possibilities for movement. In the game currently, you're typically funneled into laneways and alleyways, whereas this, you could, jump between, multiple areas and multiple maps very, very quickly. I'm interested to see what the delay is, in this case where the animation finishes and you're able to fire again. Because if you come across an enemy on the other side of one of these walls and you get stuck in an animation, I suppose maybe that's a higher risk, but what is that threshold? What is that actually going to look like? Yeah, very interesting. I understand as well that, at least for August, that they were speaking about a potential grenade revamp. So I don't know. They haven't stated specifically if the August patch is supposed to be a stability and optimization patch or a content patch. Maybe a mix of both. But also, one thing to note in this video is the desert that she's running around in. I don't know where on the current map this might be. But in previous, well, this might just be the dev sandbox. But anyways, maybe some preview on the on the desert textures we might see when that map comes out. So yeah, interesting to see this new animation, set of animations, and kind of get an idea as to, you know, what the vaulting patch might look like when it hits live. Hopefully soon, I suppose. But this is the first bit of information we've seen from a future patch standpoint. And again, the 24th, the last week of August, is what I'm imagining this patch might drop. Who knows how much of this stuff was already ready to go from the previous patch that that introduced first person, because I think these two game modes, as well as the vaulting the game mode of first person and the update to vaulting, are very closely tied. That was something I asked for before the previous patch actually came out, is hoping that vaulting would be in the game to go along with first person. So that'll really open up that game mode as well, and alleviate, I think, some of the concerns that people have with first person, saying it's clunky and difficult to navigate. I also hope that they reduce some of the head bob or potentially put in some sliders to reduce that, because that's another complaint with first person, is the head bob and just general motion on the screen, giving people motion sickness. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about, is get your guys' thoughts. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think about the vaulting update. Is this like a priority 1 for you? Would you rather see more guns, new maps before this? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'm going to be making a couple more traditional videos over the next couple of days. Sneak preview on that. I'm going to be focusing on movement and spawning enemies. That's something I'm going to be working on. That's something that's been requested a lot. But yeah, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to check us out on twitch.tv/wtfmoses. And thank you everyone for being patient with my my creative live videos, saying everyone was going live. So like the responses on some of that. So yeah, leave a comment down below, like the video, and come check us out on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you out there.